Hello everyone, welcome to a quick look at the games that are going to be free for PlayStation Plus subscribers in the month of June. Now before we get into it, anyone who saw my video last month will know that I really wasn't happy. The game selection was poor, the games that we got were poor. Doesn't matter how much fun I've had with Rayman, it still doesn't increase what we got last month. And I was talking about how we were on a downturn from month to month. It looked at first glance like they were pulling it back this month, and then it just gets ripped away again. But we'll get into that as we go through the games. So, let's start with the PlayStation Vita games. Now, I'm going to quickly discuss what the Vita and the PS3 games are. Obviously, those games are going to be coming to an end at the beginning of next year, but they are still taking up space on the announcements. So, the first game for the Vita is Atomic Ninjas. Now this is a very fast pace platform action game. It's a very good idea for a mobile game, hence the fact that it works perfectly on the Vita. Now just from the basic look of this game, it looks like you get yourself a couple of friends together and it could be really fun. There is up to 4 players, 2 to 4 network players. There are 6 arenas, loads of different game modes, things like deathmatch, capture the flag, etc. And it looks like a really fun, enjoyable multiplayer game. There is no single player campaign of any kind, so you are purely looking at multiplayer. And you know, again, I'm not the kind of person that only really does multiplayer, so for me that would be just a tad of an issue. This game is available on the shop for the Vita and the PS3, which means it will not be for the PS4. The next game that is available for the Vita is Squares. Now this game is very much a puzzle game that relies on a touchscreen. It is simply a whole bunch of squares of different colours and different styles on the screen. You have to touch the squares either a certain amount of times or drag them until you have completed the squares that are on the screen. Most of these levels are going to be timed. There's going to be a large variety of the levels. They're very much the kind of thing that you just have to keep at, and you will eventually be able to complete the level that you're on. It's going to be one of those that practice makes perfect. But yeah, it looks fun. I mean, it doesn't look like it would keep me very much more than a couple of hours, but it looks fun enough. But now we move on to the PS3 games. Now the first one is Zombie Driver HD Complete Edition. So for those out there who have a PS3, this is a brutal driving game in which your job is to rescue as many survivors as you can whilst destroying as many zombies and zombie-like creatures as you can. It looks really fun. It's very much, you just have to plow into the zombies, killing as many as you can. There are general races in multiplayer form, as well as mission based, where you've got to drive in, save a bunch of survivors and leave. And I believe the zombies will probably be able to kind of hack away at your car, so standing still isn't going to help. But just ploughing through them in a tank, hours of fun. And then the last PS3 game for this month is a Tom Clancy. It is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Now, the Tom Clancy games they're very fun, they're very enjoyable. It's very much covert soldier action. There is a single and a multiplayer campaign, together with a multiplayer mode in which up to 12 players can do a 6v6 for fast-paced, crazy action. A large variety of weapons. It is very much sneaking your way around, taking out the enemy when they're not expecting it and unseen. It's very covert, very fun, very enjoyable. It's PS3 only. For anyone who has played the Tom Clancy games in the past, you'll know what you'll be getting with this. It is very good, you know, and there's hours of fun. Okay, but now onto the big games. We are going on to the PS4 titles. Now, the first one is carrying on the Ubisoft train, because we are going into Trials Fusion. Now, for those who haven't played Trials, it is I believe it is listed as a realistic driving game, which is predominantly bikes, but you can get quads, you can get BMXs, you can do tricks. You have to land the right way, because if you do not land in the right way, you will break the bike, you will kill yourself. There is a whole variety of hidden paths. The tracks go from really fun and enjoyable to evil. But it's a great fun game. This game is the main game for this month, in my opinion. And it's clearly the game that they're leading with this month. It is XCOM 2. It is a tactical turn-based strategy game that has taken the place by storm since the very first UFO game back in the early 90s. This is the sequel to the reboot of this series, and as you can see, for those who haven't played these games, the first game you will lose and the aliens will take over, because essentially at the beginning of this, the aliens are already here, and it's about rebuilding XCOM to get it back from underground to try and take back control of the planet. For those who don't know turn-based strategy that well, then the games work very much in you control a squad of soldiers and you move all of your squad at once. You choose where you want them to stand on the battlefield, who they're going to attack and with what. And the idea is you have to destroy all the enemies on the battlefield to win that level. Outside of the main levels, you have a base in which you get to construct and do research. It's a really good game. It is a really good, really great game. It's the game that I'm going to be looking at mostly this month, because I am a huge fan of the original UFO games, and I've just never got round to XCOM, so I will definitely be playing these. But the problem I have here is XCOM is a massive title. XCOM is a great get for them. Lovely. Don't have a problem with it whatsoever. Trials is a much less serious game. A game that you can pick up every now and then. Play it a couple of times a week, maybe. But I think this is the first month this year where we're only getting 2 games. Now, if you want to be comparative to the Xbox Gold games, because that's clearly what they are doing, well, they're getting 4 games over there. They get 4 games religiously every single month. Now, most months, either a Vita or a PS3 title will work on the PS4, and that gives us either 3 or 4 titles for the PS4 to play. But this month it doesn't appear to. No one's mentioned it anywhere, and all of the games in the official PlayStation Store do not have PS4 on their compatibility. So it looks like they decided that we don't deserve more than 2 games this month. And I'm going to be honest, since they've announced that they are going to be dropping the Vita and the PS3 titles from the PlayStation Plus list, I'm beginning to worry that maybe that means that we will literally just be getting 2 games from that month, and they're not even going to try to get more than that. I like to think not. I like to think that they're still going to put an effort in, but I mean, with the way the months have been going, I mean, this is now the 3rd month where it's definitely been going downhill. It's not a good sign. It's really not. And it's coming to a point where, you know, I don't know that I particularly want to be subscribed for the offers that we're getting. So we'll see what next month brings, but for now, I get XCOM 2. I'm going to be doing my 100% trophy challenge on XCOM 2, just because I've played Trials and I know how difficult those achievements are. So thank you all very much for watching. If you want to check out how my 100% trophy challenge is going this month, then please check out my video on Saturday, and I will see you all next time.